Welcome, everyone. My name is Alice, and I'm CAICT engineer whose work focuses on IoT security evaluation. Today, I will be moderating a virtual roundtable on the issue of PSA Certified. To do this, we brought together 4 partners from businesses. Enjoy discussion on how PSA Certified builds the trust cornerstone for different IoT security practices. With that, I would like to introduce today's panelists. Robert Lin, the Technology Manager of Nuvoton. Eric Wang, the Security Marketing Director of Arm China. Liu Lin, the CEO of AITOS. Andy Q, the Vice President of Ingeek. Welcome all. Robert, let's start with you.
Hello everyone. I'm here very pleased to introduce our NuMicro M235X series, which is PSA Certified Level 1, Level 2 functional API, and the PSA Certified Level 3 RAID. Firstly, let's see the security of IoT ecosystem situation. The security of IoT ecosystem must cover the IoT appliance, communication channels, and the cloud computing size. Therefore, the chain of trust for IoT ecosystem is necessary for assurance of IoT security. As a chip is the foundation as a cornerstone for IoT security, so we call it the root of trust for an IoT appliance. In addition, the root of trust should have the coverage of chips and the devices. Then it will be a robust root of trust system in the appliances supply chain. Usually, the root of trust is implemented by either hardware or software, and the hardware root of trust is more trusted as the security level is higher than software. High-end hardware root of trust used to be implemented by a specific hardware unit, which is integrated into SoC with multiple software layers together to protect the security mechanism. As to software root of trust approach, it adopts software techniques to implement the security mechanism on top of basic CPU or NPU hardware. Furthermore, hardware root of trust used to be implemented by an independent secure chip or a secure subsystem IP integration inside of SoC. A briefly introduction of M235X series in terms of product features. Our M235 which is PSA certified, and it helps Nuvoton increase brand visibility with secure solutions for IoT device designs. Nuvoton is a leading microcontroller platform provider based in Taiwan that produces a wider range of microprocessors for applications across multiple industries. The achievements related to PSA certified of M235 PSA Level 1, Level 2, and the functional API. And we will have M235 is ready for PSA Level 3 according to an external security consultation company assessment. Nuvoton has designed a security feature based on the PSA standard into entire M235X series of microprocessors, not just a single unit. This allows us to offer customers a wide range of options depending on the application under developing and the layer specialty requirements. We have NuSMP 1.0 and 2.0 today. NuSMP means Nuvoton Secure Microcontroller Platform. Our M235 based on NuSMP 1.0 and the M235 based on NuSMP 2.0. From NuSMP 1.0 to NuSMP 2.0, there are some enhancements, including hardware key store with chip-level active shield, functional text protection of AEX ISA ECC, and support more crypto algorithms by hardware engine AEX ISA ECC SHA-HMAC, as well as Chinese cryptographic algorithms SM234, and OTG clock glitches detection. Basically, it supports TBSAM-based hardware design. Here is the conclusion for our M235X series values to user. The first, it's elastic for IoT and embedded security with MCU plus wireless communication reference design. The second, we support full cryptographic hardware accelerators for IoT application needs. The third, we support root of trust and end-to-end system security. The fourth, it's a ultra-low power consumption series. The fifth, it's IoT application oriented. We keep investing on machine learning secret theft mitigation approaches to our customers. Thanks for your watching.
Thank you, Robert. I'd like to move on to our next panelist, Mr. Wang.
Thanks, Alice, for the introduction. I'm Eric Wang from Arm China. Today, I'd like to introduce Arm China Stack CPU IP and the Shanghai solution, and how this security solution meet different requirements in IoT. Stack is Arm China first CPU product, and it's ARM-V8M architecture-based support trusting. It's a mainline processor with a balance of performance and power efficiency. It provides tightly coupled memory and cache, have system improvement for real-time performance and the digital signal processing capability. That is also provide a coprocessor interface and a customizable instruction mechanism for tightly coupled acceleration. It's targeted for MCU market, including wireless MCU, sensor hub, connectivity modems. And up to now, we have over 30 licensees for that IP, and some products have deployed, and also we have customer in the process of PSA level 2 certification use a Stack-based product. Shanghai is IP site with hardware control engine and firmware, and also software. Hardware part is a control engine, support symmetry and asymmetry crypto algorithms, and also support China SM234 algorithms. Provide true random number generator, OTP, and key measurement, and also provide firmware support secure debug, and also firmware for PE or ARM-V8M and 3 AITOS. Software side, it supports secure connected Nuvoton and device management. Shanghai passed PSA certification level 1, and also functional API certification. As we said, the hardware, Shanghai provide crypto engine as a secure board that provides firmware and interface to crypto engine, and also security service like TLS5, secure storage, and execution. As a non-board, it provides device management and the Nuvoton agent connect to cloud. As we can see, right, cryptographic technologies can help to combine communication attacks and lifecycle attacks. Operation methods can be implemented to protect against software attacks. From Arm China, Stack CPU IP support ARM-V8M also provide hardware solution, help to protect against software attacks. And the Shanghai crypto engine jump with security service and help combat communications attacks and lifecycle attacks. Both Stack and Shanghai very happy to make it easy for silicon and OEM vendors build security and trust into the IoT products. That's all I want to share with this. Thank you.
In 2020, we saw more certifications from many industries, including smart home, connecting building, connected car, blockchain, and so on. So let's welcome Mr. Lin introduce OEM's view.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, CAICT gave this great opportunity to join the panel discussion to share our experience on how the PSA can bring the value for our solution. So the AITOS is focused on the IoT plus the blockchain technology innovation, and also the business innovation based on the value of the trusted data. Now we are in the IoT world. The data becomes the valuable asset, and we call it the next generation of oil. So the business model will be based on how to monetize the data. But if we want to achieve this target, the monetizing the data, there's a key base we should get. It's about the data ownership, the data integrity, and the data provenance. To solve those problems also bring a lot of opportunities for us. So the IoT device embedded the blockchain capability. So we call this IoT device can send the data to the cloud, and at the same time, the IoT device can also send the data to the blockchain. And this data could be the raw data, and can be also the hash after the sign by the cryptographic algorithm. And by this way, the third party can verify the data's integrity anytime to solve the data's ownership and the integrity requirement. And by the ledger, the distributed ledger, and the smart contract, the data owner and the data contributor can also record their contribution on the distributed ledger to create some new business model to split the profit, split the revenue based on the data's value. So we are developing a blockchain application framework called BOAT to enable the IoT device easily access the blockchain service. So we adapted our BOAT will adapt the chipset and the operating system and the related skill feature on the chipset, like the root of trust, TE, and the cryptographic algorithm, hardware separator. And on the other side, our BOAT will adapt the mainstream blockchain network, for example, like the Ethereum, the hard ledger fabric. So there's a problem because the IoT is quite a fragmented market. So we must identify one universal component of the carrier to carry this software, our BOAT software. So we found the wireless module could be the right candidate for those components because the wireless module is sending the data to the cloud from the device side. So it's kind of a key component for the IoT device already. And at the same time, the wireless module industry is very consolidated. It's, the major supply, the top 10 supply, occupy the majority of the market share. So we work with the mainstream module supply to integrate our BOAT SDK, and they launched their own brand blockchain IoT module, to enable the IoT device to easily access the blockchain service to guarantee the data's the ownership, integrity, and the provenance. Then we let's talk about the value that the PSA can bring for our solution. As you know, the blockchain service or blockchain application is kind of a trusted application. So it's really rely on the secure feature on the hardware, like the root of trust, TE, and the cryptographic hardware accelerator. And the PSA can offer we call the secure processing environment. It's a kind of a secure environment to store the credential data information. So the blockchain has the one kind of important credential data called the private key. So the blockchain application needs to securely generating the private key and also securely storing the private key. So the secure processing environment can give our BOAT this kind of capability to secure generating and storing the private key. Then the BOAT can use this private key to sign the data and also send the transaction to the blockchain network. The second key element from the PSA is root of trust. So based on the root of trust in the device side, the backend and the device side can generating the secure channel by the device attestation. So the backend can identify the device, and the device can also identify the backend. And so we are doing the PSA level 1 certification for our the BOAT SDK. And this certification is also based on one certified, the PSA certified cellular chipset. So once this certification is finished, we can offering the PSA certified chipset plus the PSA certified the system software to enable the trusted IoT plus the blockchain application, to guarantee the data integrity, ownership, and the provenance by the PSA certified and the blockchain's consensus. And we believe that this will bring a lot of new opportunities on the data based on the data values exchange in the future. So that's all my sharing. Thanks.
Andy, bring you to the conversation here. You have the floor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andy Q, and I'm from Ingeek. I first would like to give a quick introduction about my company. Ingeek is a security company dedicated in automotive industry. We were founded in 2008. And now we have over 300 engineers, and security is our DNA. Since 2017, we developed the next generation vehicle access system. We call it Ingeek Digital Key. So by leveraging the BLE, NFC, and also UWB technology and other sophisticated security mechanisms, and we can make any smartphone or wearable device to be a virtual car key. And our customer can simply leave the physical key fob at home, or just take the phone as the key without any worry about the security. So here I'm glad to take this opportunity to give everyone a quick overview about the Ingeek digital key. So as you can see from the slide, basically a digital key solution is composed of 3 parts. And one is an app, or sometimes it can be a native app on the phone side. And sometimes it can also be a smartwatch. And second important thing is backend. As you can see, we have developed, we call it the key as a service platform to support all the OEMs digital key system. So by leveraging this platform, we will be able to help the customer monitor all the vehicles and all the key risk, usage, the key generation, and also we will be able to provide the management of the key privilege. The digital key provides some basic and also advanced features for users. So as a normal car key fob, the digital key can also enable the flash, honk, lock and unlock the car, open the trunk, open the window, is typical key fob function. And also the digital key can enable the user to remotely control the car or remotely sharing the car by sharing the digital key. Sometimes the user might also be you need to revoke the key, and the digital key solution can also help on that. In the advanced functions, we can enable the proximity unlock and departure lock function so that the user is not necessary to take out the key fob or the mobile phone. He can just leave the phone in the pocket or the backpack. And when the user is approaching to the car, the vehicle will unlock automatically. Now we have served a lot of OEMs in China and over 200 customers and more than 55 vehicle models. And we support over 100 phone models now. So the digital key actually trigger a lot of new applications in the connected car industry. For example, the car rental will use this technology frequently. And the key sharing and also generate a lot of opportunities for different services like the in-car delivery. We can deliver the package directly into the user's vehicle. And also sometimes the digital key can enable the charging system because the digital key is embedded with the user ID, and through the security technology, we can ensure the user any unauthorized usage will be blocked. So there's a lot of imagination in the digital key applications. So next slide, I'm going to quickly introduce about the technology or the system component about digital key. So as you can see, there are 3 parts. One is the backend, and another is the phone side or the mobile side, and very important one is the vehicle side. So internally, we call it it's a digital locker. The digital locker is composed with several chips. Basically, normally there will be MCU, a BLE, or an NFC chip, and we normally will add embedded secure element into the digital locker to ensure the security. I'm glad to let everyone know that Ingeek Digital Key Solution is also a PSA Certified product back to 2020. So the product we get certified is actually exactly the digital key locker. By leveraging the PSA Certified, we actually do have a lot of benefits when we talk or introduce our solution to our customers, and it makes our explanation much easier. Next slide is a more detailed diagram about the in-vehicle side, and especially the software, from the software perspective, to introduce how the digital lock is composed. You see there's a multiple link and path between different chips, and from a software stack point of view, we need to secure a lot of software component and also the communications. So I think in the future, the PSA certification program will help us, will continue to help us in this area. And this slide is going to show that how many type of cryptographic key that we will be used in the system. So since we have used over 8 different cryptography key, so it becomes the key management a very challenging thing. So imagine even in one vehicle, in one typical digital key solution, we need to manage these keys. And some keys will be generated randomly and from time to time. And so if an OEM, they need to manage over 1 million or 2 million vehicles on the road, it's a huge task. It's a huge secure task, management task for them to do. So I think PSA certification can also help on this.
In the previous conversation, four companies showed their solutions. Silicon and software providers put the root of trust at the heart of devices. What's more, they provide customizable security solutions to meet different security requirements, this enabling OEMs to leverage security in their product. I appreciate all your work. So my question is, what are the challenges for company and how to overcome these barriers?
Currently, when we talk to our customers, especially silicon vendors, they still think that PSA Certified still have a cost for them. What they want to know about the requirement come from the industry users, the end users. I think it's very important for us to bridge the fellow user requirement to silicon vendors and OEM vendors. Maybe in their specification, they can put the requirement for the security certification requirement that will help chip vendors and OEM vendors to understand the requirements to end users. That's what they care for.
In terms of the challenge for our company, right now, we are focused on the blockchain and the IoT, and so the blockchain is rely on the blockchain service and application rely on the security feature on the IoT device. But currently, most of the IoT device are still lack of the security feature, like the root of trust, the DE, and the cryptographic accelerator, hardware accelerator. That's the one challenge. The second challenge is we are developing the software middleware on the IoT device. But the security should be designed from the system level. So if we just focus on our part, it's not enough. So we should understand the whole security requirement from the system level. And for those two challenges, how to overcome them. I think the PSA Certified program gave some good help. Firstly, the PSA Certified, the PSA give us the good, design, the security design guide from the system level, so we can understand not only our part but also the other part, the chipset, the middleware, the operating system, and the solution, even the IP. So we can better plan our solutions design, the products design. And the PSA Certified program also have some available certified component like the chipset, IP, and operating system. So we can select some PSA Certified chipset as our solution partner. So our solution can develop based on those certified chipset to offer the full software plus the hardware PSA Certified total solution.
For the first question, I would like to echo to Leo's reply. I very much agree that security needs to be done from a system level, especially during the design phase. So Ingeek is doing the digital key, and the digital key is actually a very typical system solution. So when we first initial the product, when we first design the product, we actually try to do a threat modeling to the whole system and try to come up the security requirement from system level. But when we communicate the security points to our customers and also some partners like the tier 1 or tier 2, the whole project and the whole product need a lot of support from other ecosystem partners. So it becomes a very challenge job for us because different person or different partners, they have different understanding to security, and because they have different perspective, and which is very rational. So I think the PSA Certified or ARM can do and play a very important role here to continuously invest in promote the PSA Certified program to align all the understandings and to align all the knowledges from different eco-partner system to security. Because the security education is really cost a lot of time and also cost a lot of money. But I believe with ARM's involvement and promotion, more and more partners in the industry will join the program, and it becomes gradually we will have a common language about security. So I think that's our response to the question 1.
Thanks for excellent understand. My last question is, looking to the future, what opportunities PSA Certified can bring to us?
I think in the future, we can see that both sides from the final user, they want some security certification from the supply chain, and also chip vendors and OEM vendors, solution vendors, they also need to show the security level of their products and solutions. I think that's opportunities if we can bridge the requirement to the supply chain. It will help a lot both sides to understand the requirements and how they can get the solutions and products they want. That's very important. As users, they want to know if supply chain can provide such solution, and the supply chain want to know the requirements. I think that's the opportunities for PSA Certified.
So I think the PSA Certified program can help the different party in the industry chain to well prepare their skill related development to match the requirement defined by the PSA. So it's will be much easier for the industry to reach this skill by design philosophy. And if every party can follow this skill design, the PSA requirement, I believe it's also reducing a lot of the repeat effort on the skill related development. I would like to also share my one of the experience because today when we talk about the security is always kind of cost. Eric just mentioned right now. So many customers don't want to put the additional cost on the security features. So I think the blockchain may change this situation because the blockchain can bring some new business model to give the enterprise, give the customer have the additional new revenue from the data by the data monetization. And then that could be incentive more enterprise, more chipset vendor, middleware software vendor to design their solution from the beginning based on the PSA's requirement. So yeah, that's all.
I would like to discuss this question from a product lifecycle perspective, because we noticed that a lot of companies like Ingeek and other companies, they are developing and creating new products. And those new products actually is they normally takes 1 year, 2 years, or even shorter time. When they come to the market, I believe they are receiving more security challenges. So that's a difficult part and that's a challenge. However, I think the final user, the customer, they will not care about this. They want their requirement to security is getting higher and higher because they're using iPhone every day. They're using mature secure product every day. So they do raise a requirement to every, I think, new startup company or a new product. Another very important thing is between the big company and the small company, because there are still a lot of small or medium company or even startup company are creating new products. They are not comparing with big companies. They are lack of resources, people, experience, and money. However, they still need to deliver a secure product into the market as soon as possible and without interrupting or sacrificing the security. So, for example, what we are serving is the automotive industry. So I can feel very strongly that big OEMs, there's difference on security investment between the big OEMs and the small OEMs. So, but they are also making the cars. So considering the safety or security, I think they are equal. So here are the big challenges. And what's the solution? And I think the PSA Certified is leading a right solution to us or to the whole industry, that security is equal to small and big companies, is equal to new product or mature products. Security is equally important. And but how we can use, for small company and start company, to use less money, less time to get the product secure, is to join the program like PSA Certified, to endorse, to adopt the framework like the PSA Certified introduced, to develop and design their product at very early stage. And if we can do that, I believe we can have more and more consensus in this industry, and we will be building a very strong bridge between the ecosystems and make the whole final product secure, or make the final system secure. So I think that's something we want to say about the question 2.
What a powerful way to end this panel. Thank you for joining us. I'm looking forward to having your participation and your advice and actions as part of this ongoing conversation to provide a solution to the security.